I'm Huples Cat. I'm out by our beaver pond. Who did this? The tree was right down across here and it has been removed. Yeah, we got a chainsaw. So I'm going to show you me using it and Kitty using it. And I'll talk about some of the safety precautions we have took as novices to chainsawing. And it may or may not be helpful to you if you're a novice with a chainsaw. We shall see. So we've learnt a few things about using an electric chainsaw. And eventually this is going to be chainsawed. But this is an incredibly dangerous one. And it will be a while before we tackle it. First off, we've already started. We're going to get rid of the trees that are around the structures that this is on, because we don't want to put extra pressure in there when we relieve it by chopping this. This one's somewhat dangerous but jammed right in. It will eventually just crack off there. So how are we going to tackle this? Well, we're going to wait until we're very used to the chainsaw. But the first thing I think we're going to do is actually relieve the weight that's suspended on this end. Take it from this end, nibble it this way. Maybe that alone will cause this to drop a little bit, which should cause this limb to fall. Once this limb's down, it will be a lot safer to tackle, but right now this is really dangerous. These dead things here are going to be kept in place because until we've taken this big tree down, they might stop it rolling towards us, and that's a good thing. Once the tree's down, we might remove them, we might not. We just basically want to be able to get a wheelbarrow through here safely so we can work on the bunkie. Kitty's doing the hard work of preparing the area around where we're going to chop later on today, because you have to have it clear of debris so you can evacuate quickly and get out of there. As you'll notice, Kitty is wearing steel toe cap boots, as am I. So I did this by hand the other day. This is mostly a beech that died and it was chopped down. It's quite a huge tree. Once we've dealt with it, I'll show you how wide it was. The problem with this area is we have a widowmaker there, so we're going to have to hang a rope over it and pull it down. But I'm not planning to do too much work on here today because I've already sorted out some piles that need actually chainsawing to make them firewood length. And all of these kind of piles are going to have to get moved back into the forest until we get a chipper, which we may or may not get next year. Cleared up around here. Got these lengths here ready for sawing, and that's what we're going to do first. So that's the chainsaw, first aid kit, battery not in the chainsaw, hard hat and gloves. This is the Greenworks 16-inch blade, 40 volt, electric, no cord, and it was one of the better rated ones. There was a big problem with this after an hour's use, but I'll do a separate video for that. It wasn't this, it was my inexperience with it. But also on top of that, when I did call for help from Greenworks, they hadn't heard of the issue either. It's that home first aid kit. It's not suitable for this. I'm going to build a new one. Why it's not suitable is there's not enough padding in this, and there isn't really much quick clot. And the tourniquet takes a bit of digging to get, which is one of the issues. I want this ready to go. Now you don't want to have to use the tourniquet. So one of the first things we did for about an hour and a half before we actually ever used the chainsaw or even looked at the chainsaw was we dug this out, and I thought I had two, but I don't know what I've done with the other one. And we actually figured out how we can use these. And we practiced on ourselves, didn't we, Kitty?
We did.
So it goes like that, right? And then through the hole.
Yeah.
Rabbit goes through the hole. And then you just tight wind it around. Remember, I'm hemorrhaging because I've lost my arm or I've been cutting it. And then you just put it, slap it in there and slap it through there. Now I believe I did a video on this. I don't think it was a very good video, but that's what you need to be able to do. Grab it quickly, put it on, stop the blood flow, the majority of the blood flow, in about 5 seconds flat if you can. Don't leave it on too long, you will get nerve damage and you'll have sepsis. So that's what we did. The next thing we did is we looked for safety equipment. We managed to buy some. There wasn't much available. So our safety equipment is a bit different from other people's. It's an old hard hat that I got from somewhere or other, and it adjusts so we can both use it. So the main problem is kickback. So when we're handling this, we never have the battery in. There are other safety features, but we don't tend to use them. We just have it off and no battery in, and then you can't have a problem. When you're transporting, if you fall over or if you're not playing with it like I am now, you can't hurt yourself. So the helmet helps if this comes back at me fast. We have gloves. I haven't got the chainsaw specific gloves. I'm not really sure whether I should, because I really don't want to have this hurt me. So I want to be more careful. So what do you guys think? Do I need chainsaw gloves or are these good enough? When it comes back, I can put the brake on. Like that. And it works. We check it, and you should check it every time you use it. So you have the left hand here with the thumb down and the right hand here. Even if you're left-handed. Blade protection stays on until you're ready to use it. And we have glasses. They're plastic. Kitty is modelling the chaps that we got. I got a good make of chaps. They were the last one in any store we could find in anywhere around the local area. I'm actually thinking I might want to get some pants. And I'd like to get Makita pants, but I can't find them. Anyway, there you go, chaps. Again, you don't want to have to use that because Kitty likes having two legs. Okay, look at the blade. So 3 seconds later we've solved the problem, and it's a problem with this type of machine as far as I can tell, but nobody's really mentioning it. So look forward to the video for that. So safety check always has to be, whenever you've paused, is to check the blade because the chain can hang loose. Looks at the chain looks fine. It's going to pull that one way or the other, right? Perfecto. Good?
You want to measure 16 inches, you can just really roughly do the blade length.
So that's too long or too short?
Close. It's not bad. Still rolling.
Limbing's the most dangerous part, by the way. I'm not sure you should. So now I'm going over there to chop, and this is how we do it. Battery out, put the protection on this, and then it's safe to move. Can't initiate, can't turn on. After the protection moves. Now I'm checking my chain every time. A bit tight, but it's working fine. I like it. Oil's in. Let's go. We have 3 lights of 4 for the battery. Now this is beech. Now what I'm finding is every time I cut a different type of wood, it's a different experience. So wish me luck. If it was much heavier, I would cut underneath as well. This is working fine. Down and out of the way. So we chopped all that beech and we added to that pile. Pretty sure we found out we need a log splitter for that. I just let it decay, and that was the worst idea I ever had, but it was worth a try. It didn't work, and she's going to go. And so we always start off without it being actually on the wood. So that's it from the forest. We had fun. About an hour. Battery lasts about an hour. And I'm going to charge the battery, and Kitty's going to clean the chainsaw out, which I will show you in another video. Along with the mistake that Greenworks has, that the Greenworks people didn't understand when I phoned up about. And when I looked online, I found nothing. That's it from me. That's it from Kitty. That's it from the forest. Toodles, have a great week, and thank you very, very much for watching. Wolfie, I'm here. This was a 2022 Wolfie Cherry has lost his mummy production. Where's Mummy, Wolfie? Where's Mummy? Let's go find her.